Okay, training log number 4. This is going to cover Wednesday, September 3rd and Thursday, September 4th. So going back to Wednesday morning was dynamic effort, lower body work. So after getting warmed up, and that took a little bit of time. The problem I'm having on Wednesday mornings is I'm kind of running out of time, but I'm getting all the primary work done. And I got into cambered bar squats. I used a cambered bar with a 5-inch drop. So it's for me, it's a challenging bar to use, but I'm getting used to it. And I had a really good session with it. I did 12 sets of 2 reps. Lightweight, 175 pounds, just moving it very, very fast. Probably could have done more, but I really like the depth and the speed that I was getting from those squats. And by doing 12 sets of 2, I get 12 chances at doing that first rep, which to me is very important because it's been, 10 years since I squatted in competition. So I'm just really working on mechanics. I just want to be really well prepared and feel really good about going into this meet. And I think Wednesday's session definitely helped. And then I moved on to some speed pulls, deadlifts with a sumo stance. I did sumo stance. I had the weights set on two mats, so about 2 inches off the ground with the plates. And I did 10 sets of 1. So I pulled 10 singles at 325, moved through those relatively quickly. Then I went back to the cambered bar and I did pause squats. I did 3 sets of 4 using that 5-inch cambered bar, came to a full sit in the bottom of the squat, complete stop, and stood it back up for 4 reps. And I did 3 sets of those. By the time I got done with that, I was just about out of time. So I shut it down. But that's all the primary work that I was looking to get in. I was going to do some hamstring curls and maybe some low back work and some hypers, which I didn't get to. But I'll make up for that somewhere along the line with maybe a mini workout in the next few days. And then this morning, Thursday, I did max effort upper body, and I did just, again, got warmed up and went to the traditional straight bar competition bench press with a pause at the bottom. I didn't have anybody Jill wasn't here to lift me out or help me with commands. I didn't want to bother her. She's, just been extremely busy with all the things that she has to do. So I'm like, all right, I don't want to bug her. She was very helpful the week before. Let me try this, see what I can do. So when Jill was here and gave me a lift out in the commands last week, I did 235 with a full nice pause, and it moved really quick. Definitely felt like I had more in the tank, but I shut it down. And then today I'm like, well, let me see what 245 feels like. Getting it out of the rack without a lift out takes some gas away. The pause definitely takes some gas away. So I got to 225, felt good. I'm like, all right, we'll get the 245. Worst case scenario is, if I get stuck, I know if I cheat it and get my butt off the bench, I'll be able to get through it. But I kept it clean. I went to record it. I set up because I wanted to check my mechanics. Of course, I didn't hit the record button. I thought about for a hot minute going back and doing it again. But I'm like, no, you did it. I know it was good. I had a nice long full pause. I know my butt didn't get off the bench. Let's move on. And then I went to incline bench at a good 45-degree angle with a cambered bar with a 3-inch drop indentation. I did 4 sets of 8. That deep stretch on that incline. What a stretch through the pecs. It's great work. Plus pushing that weight out of the incline and out of that deep deficit. I think that's going to continue to bear some fruit for a while. And then I went right back to the flat bench and I did body weight, 180 pounds for 17 reps. Speaking of body weight, on Tuesday when I came in, if you saw the last training log, I weighed in the morning at 183, which is the highest I've seen in quite a while. This morning's weight was 178.6, so back to normal. I don't know what that fluctuation was. It is what it is. It was one day, but 178 is a good spot for me to be in. The weight class is 181. I do want to get lower, give myself more wiggle room because I will be weighing in the night before, not that morning. And then we moved on to some barbell rows, safety bar. I set up the safety squat bar and we did shrugs and supersetted with base pulls. And then just did some little bit of biceps, abs, and calves, just real quick, some light stuff for some hypertrophy work and called it a day. So my next major workout won't be today's Thursday, won't be till Sunday, where I'll be going for a max effort lower body lift, and it will be a squatting motion. Haven't decided quite, what bar I'm going to use or what I'm going to do for that yet. I'll look at that probably the night before. Maybe I'll start thinking about it now, but I'll make my decision on Saturday night. So it's nothing I have to ruminate on too long. It's kind of like, okay, make your decision, come in Sunday morning and let's do this. So that's all I got so far. I'll keep you my singlet and my deadlift socks and some new wrist wraps just came in yesterday. So I'm all set on that front. So far, everything is going really, really well with this prep. The weights are moving well. I feel confident, going in, barring anything unusual. I'm in a really good spot where my weights are right now. If I'm able to perform my lifts where I'm at right now in competition on the 18th of October, I'll be very pleased. So I'm just going to keep trying to refine them, and squeak a few extra pounds out. But I got to remember, competition day is not the same as gym lifts. So I would like to get a little, heavier in the gym. And then, like I said, where I'm at now, if I can pull that off in competition lifts, I'll be in a good spot. But I'm shooting for, mid 900s for a total. I would be pleased with that. I'm not going to get greedy, and we'll see how it goes. All right, see you on the next one.